I am Leema Rosemary, Assistant Professor, St. Joseph College of Arts and Science, Cuddalore. Now I am going to talk about excretory system of man. What is excretion? Excretion may be defined as the separation and elimination of the nitrogenous metabolic waste from the body. The waste eliminated are called excretory product. Urine is one of the body waste product. It is primarily composed of water and urea. Urea is a special nitrogenous waste compound that the body must routinely remove because it's a toxic. The excretory organ for human is kidney. Excretory product for mammals are urea, hippuric acid, creatinine and creatinine. So kidney is the excretory system for man. So man has two kidney. They are located in the abdomen, one on either side of the vertebral column. The two kidneys are not located at the same level. The right kidney is slightly lower than the left one. This is because the right side of the abdomen is occupied by the liver. Then kidneys are bean shaped. The outer surface is convex and inner surface is concave. The inner surface has a deep notch called hilus. The ureters, renal artery, renal vein and nerves are enter the kidney through the hilus. The peripheral portion appears dark reddish brown and the central portion appears light red. The peripheral area is called cortex. Central area is called medulla. This is the structure of kidney. Outer cortex, inner part medulla. This is the dark red color. This is the light red color. Then it also have many pyramids. The deep notch is called hilus. And the funnel-like structures are pelvis. This is a ureter. This is a minor calyx. Minor calyx, 2 or 4 unite to form a major calyx. So the right side kidney is slightly lower than the left one. This is the ureter. Then it connected to the urinary bladder and finally excreted through the urethra. The ureter entering the hilus expand to form a funnel-like structure. Already I said that is pelvis. The pelvis is produced into a number of cup-like structures called calyces. Then the cavity of each calyx occupied by a cone-like structure called pyramid. The apex of the pyramid is called papillae. Each kidney contains 10 to 15 pyramids. The pyramids are separated by the projections of cortex called renal columns of Burton. Each pyramid has thousands of tubules called uriniferous tubule. Many uriniferous tubules join together to form a common tube, that is collecting duct. Next, nephron. Nephron is the structural and functional unit of the kidney. It also called uriniferous tubule. A nephron consists of a twisted tubule closed at one end, open at other end, and a network of associated blood vessels. Each kidney of man is formed of about 1 to 1.3 million nephrons. Each nephron consists of two parts, namely Malpighian corpuscles and renal tubules. The length of nephron is 4 cm. The total length of all nephrons will about 65 kilometers. This is the structure of nephron. This is the Bowman capsule. The inside the network of blood capillaries called glomerulus. Both glomerulus and Bowman capsule is called Malpighian corpuscles. Then this is the capsular space. Then continued by proximal convoluted tubule. Then U-shaped Henle's loop, or this is descending lymph, Henle loop, ascending lymph. Then distal convoluted tubule, and finally it connected with collecting duct. Actually this is the thick segment, thin segment. So actually this is the thick descending lymph, thin descending lymph, thick ascending lymph, here thin ascending lymph. Malpighian corpuscles is a globular structure located at one end of the nephron. It is the filtration unit. The Malpighian corpuscles is formed of two components, Bowman capsule and glomerulus. Bowman capsule double walled cup. The inner wall is called visceral layer, outer parietal layer. The visceral layer contains many pores. The space lying between two walls is called capsular space. The Bowman capsule can be compared to the funnel with a filter paper. The cavity of cup contains a network of capillaries called glomerulus. The glomerulus receive blood through a small arteriole that is called afferent vessels. Similarly, the blood comes out from the glomerulus through the another arteriole called efferent vessel. The glomerulus and Bowman capsules are together called Malpighian corpuscles. Then renal tubules. Actually renal tubules formed of three components. Bowman capsule leads into these tubular portions. The renal tubule, the first component of the renal tubule is proximal convoluted tubule. Second one is Henle loop. Third one is distal convoluted tubule. The proximal portion of the tubule arising from the Bowman capsule is thrown into many coils called proximal convoluted tubule. Convoluted means coil. It leads into a U-shaped portion called Henle's loop. It has three regions, namely proximal descending lymph, a middle hairpin bend, and a distal ascending lymph. The descending lymph is made up of two components, thick descending segment, thin descending segment. Thick descending segment is the direct continuation of the proximal convoluted tubule. The thin descending segment connects the thick descending segment and the hairpin bend. The next ascending lymph. So ascending lymph also two components, thin ascending segment and thick ascending segment. The thin ascending segment is the continuation of the hairpin bend and it leads into a thick ascending segment of ascending lymph. The thick ascending lymph continues into the distal convoluted tubule. A group of collecting ducts unite to form a duct of Bellini. It open into a pyramid. Then pyramid open into a minor calyx. Then 3 to 4 minor calyx unite to form a major calyx. These are open into the pelvis. Its lead into the ureter. Then it open into the urinary bladder, and finally it open into the urinary bladder finally opens into the urethra. Next, the formation of urine. Urine formation mainly occurs in three steps. First step, ultrafiltration. Second step, reabsorption. Third step, secretion. It's a very highly sensitive and complex process. First process, ultrafiltration. Staining of blood by the Malpighian corpuscles called ultrafiltration. This is the first step in urine formation. Actually, Bowman capsules are filtering apparatus, and glandules provide blood for filtering. Blood and the capsular space separated by capillary endothelium, a basement membrane and a capsular epithelium. Blood is pushed through the tiny capillaries. The high pressure forces some things to pass through the capillary walls. Actually, these two factors, tiny capillaries and the high pressure force, favors the filtration of the blood. Then the walls acts as a sieve or a filter, hence it is called filtration. The fluid present in the capsular space is called glandular filtrate. Water, sugar, salts, amino acids, nitrogenous waste and other things enter the kidney as a substance called filtrate. Filtrate exactly resemble cell-free and protein-free blood. The filtrate entering the kidney is like pre urine. In 24 hours, 180 liters of glandular filtrate is formed, that is 125 ml per minute. This is the glandular filtration. This is a double wall cup structure, Bowman capsule. This is a network of blood capillaries, that is glandulae. This is the blood entering this arteriole, that is afferent arteriole. Relieving this arteriole, it is efferent vessels. Here the blood is filtered, then the filtered blood after that traveled into the capsular space. Here the filtrate substance is named as filtrate, glandular filtrate. Then second step in the urine formation is reabsorption. Reabsorption is the intake of useful substance into the blood from the glandular filtrate. Normal man excrete 1 to 1.5 liters of urine, that is about 1% of the glandular filtrate. So, the 99% of the glandular filtrate is reabsorbed into the blood. Reabsorption is selective reabsorption because useful substances are reabsorbed and other waste substances retained in the glandular filtrate. In proximal convoluted tubule, some substances are reabsorbed such as amino acids, glucose, protein and phosphate, potassium, etc. Sodium chloride and bicarbonate also reabsorbed in the part of proximal convoluted tubule and distal convoluted tubule. And then water is reabsorbed from the distal convoluted tubule and collecting duct. Sodium also reabsorbed from the ascending leaf. The complete absorption, that is glucose, 100% of glucose reabsorbed. Water and sodium is 99% reabsorbed. Other substances, urea, uric acid, creatines are reabsorbed in negligible amount. The filtrate after reabsorption is like pre-urine. This is the 3 steps in the diagram represents the 3 steps of urine formation: glandular filtration, tubular reabsorption, tubular secretion. The first step is the glandular filtration, then second step tubular reabsorption, third one secretion. Actually the blood filter from the blood capillaries, then the blood transfer from the blood capillaries to nephron. Here nephron to blood. Then third step, again blood into the nephron. Then final step, secretion. Secretion is the release of unwanted material from the blood into the nephron. The concentration of certain substances in the final urine is higher than that present in the glandular filtrate. Again urine contains certain additional substances which are not present in the glandular filtrate. The urinary epithelium secretes some substances into the lumen of the urinary tubule. Some substances were found to be para-aminohippuric acid, mainly it produced by proximal converter tubule, and other substances also produce potassium, ammonia, urea, creatinine and phosphate. Then other number of foreign substances also secreted in final step, that is the therapeutic agents and diagnostic purposes agents. Example, 5-hydroxy-indolactic acid, amino derivatives, penicillin, etc. Thank you.